Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. Sorry. Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream hosted by me, Mr. Philly, and today we got a good one for you today, guys. Today we have Banana Foster. Now a lot of you probably have never heard of Banana Foster, but basically it's another version of a banana split. If you like a banana split, you will definitely like this. This is banana split on steroids. Sorry, I normally don't start my video until after well within 2 minutes, just because I've noticed it doesn't really sync really well. A lot of times if I start it right when I go live, I mean a lot of YouTubers do this too because it just doesn't sync the same. So yeah, it usually cuts out the first 2 minutes. So anyway, that's why I always do that. Anyway, so a little bit about the recipe. It's a very simple recipe. You know, I've never even heard of it before until somebody told me about it. I just had to make it actually. I never even heard of it. So basically it's like a fancy, bougier, exquisite version of, what do you call it, of a banana split, but it involves liquor too. Actually, let me grab that liquor too. So we're using, for this recipe, you use dark rum. What's up, Crawford? What's up, Jackson? How you doing? People. All right, so this recipe, you're supposed to use like a dark rum, you know, and what you do in the end is you light it on fire. So we'll get to that, but yeah. The reason why I chose this recipe, and you know, I'm not a big dessert person. You know, I like banana splits and I like ice cream. Usually that wins over a lot of things. But yeah, other than that, dessert-wise, more of a salty, savory type of guy. Anyway, but yeah, this recipe is just so easy to make, and it's just stupid easy. It's stupid easy. So that's why I decided to make it. Anyway, so just a little bit more about the recipe. It originated apparently in New Orleans at this like diner or whatever. I don't know if it was a diner or a restaurant. And it wasn't named after the owner. It was actually the owner's friend who frequented there. He named it after the guy by the name of Robert Foster. And yeah, I would have never thought like New Orleans, you know, this place in I don't know, back in the, I don't even know what time frame it was introduced. But apparently the area where it first originated was a very popular import place for bananas, of course. So yeah, that's where that's at. So anyway, all right, so to begin, and literally this recipe is so easy that it only takes like 5 ingredients, 5 or 6, literally. So, what else was I gonna say? All right, before I say anything else, I'm going to say hello to everybody. How's everybody doing today? What's up? Everybody have a good weekend? Anything fun going on? All right. I don't know what you said, Lucky Shots, but that looks like a drunk text. Anyway, so there's something else that I wanted to mention too. Oh, I also, when some more guys come online, some more of you guys, I have a really interesting proposal for you guys that I really wanted to do. And I thought I should ask my viewers this question, something new that I really wanted to do. So I'm going to ask you guys, and if I get enough yeses, I'll definitely do it. So anyway. I don't know why you keep deleting messages. Anyway. So yeah, Banana Foster. So anyway, just a few more things. So this is probably something that you would actually serve. The Banana Foster, this dessert would probably be something that you would find at like a restaurant, like Gordon Ramsay restaurant. That's probably like $30 or $40 a plate or something where you're spending that. That's probably where you would find it. Because from the research that I did, I looked at a lot of fancy restaurants here, and nobody really serves it where I'm at. So yeah, it's usually served as a flambe. So yeah, you light it on fire because it has alcohol and you cook the alcohol. So it's going to be really fun. So anyway, all right, to begin, you're going to start with bananas. And what you do is cut them in half, as we already have one here cut in half. So we're going to take the peels off. And it's important, you know, that you try to get bananas that are not super ripe. These ones are kind of ripe. Hopefully they won't break, because they will break very easily. So you don't want them to break. So anyway, take that peel away, and you start. And after the end of this recipe, I am going to, which I haven't done before, start listing the ingredients in the description box below. So you'll have an idea how to make it. So anyway, now we're gonna cut up the rest of our bananas. We're gonna have them like this, like so. There we go. Oh, these ones are perfect actually. These ones are a little ripe, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's much better. That's almost ripe, but not quite ripe. Perfect. And for this recipe specifically, you want to make sure that you have all the ingredients within reach, because if you're looking around and running around with these, oh, I broke one. Oh, that's okay. Just cut that piece off. It's okay. Yeah, if you're looking around like a chicken with your head off, cut off, and not having all the ingredients right offhand, this thing cooks very, very quickly, this dessert. So it's very, very important that you have all the ingredients right within reach. Like I said, it only takes 5 ingredients. It's just a stupid easy recipe to make. Stupid easy dessert. I just had to try it. Right. To be just very careful not to break these. All right. So, and the other thing though too is we're using just dark rum for this recipe, but Bananas Foster, you're absolutely right. Yes, yeah, you got it. You can also use a banana liquor too. That just brings out more of the banana flavor. But like I said, I'm not really big into banana flavor that much, so we're just gonna skip that. You don't have to add that, but yeah, the dark rum is really the necessary thing that you need to add. So anyway, all right. So we got our bananas all peeled up and everything. Let me grab a spatula. All right. All right. So now we got our pan here. Let me mute you guys for a second so I can readjust the camera here. All right. Hopefully you guys can see that pan really well like that. Okay, perfect. Much better. That's perfect angle. Too bad I have to bend over just a little bit just because I have such a small kitchen here. Anyway, let's get started. So we have our temperature. You want to make sure this is a very, very low temperature. I mean, it's supposed to be medium high heat, but this thing does not take long at all to cook. So I just wanted to be a little crucially careful so I don't overcook these bananas, because if you do, they will be mushy and we don't want that. So what we're gonna do is just put it at a very, very low setting for right now and see where that goes, and we're just gonna go from there. So anyway, all right, to begin, you need half a stick of butter, and I cut them in 4s because it's much better cook when you cut them up in pieces. And then we're also going to start with I think a full cup of brown sugar. Oops. Grab some scissors. And one other interesting thing to point out, after this is done, you can add literally whatever you want to this. I mean, you can add whipped cream, you can add walnuts are a very popular additive, and in addition to ice cream. And but yeah, I would add M&Ms to this, but I've never had this before, so this is gonna be the first time. Most recipes I cook are usually the first time. So anyway, just so you know, you can definitely play with this and add some whatever toppings you want afterwards. So the ingredients really depend on you at the end. So we got half of our cup right here. Oop, brown sugar. It's not ice cream, that's butter. You can do that. Have you ever had deep fried ice cream? One of these days I'll make that for you guys too. All right. So, well, with brown sugar, it's a good thing when it's packed. You know, you add it like you're pouring sand in a pot. Because if it's too packed and you add it in just like a clump, then it'll just be very clumpy. And you don't want that. You don't want clumps in your brown sugar. So yeah, we're adding it like pouring sand, like the sand man. All right, so let's get another half a cup. There we go. Here's our other half of a cup. All right, so that's gonna make a full cup right there. Here we go. And if we need to add a little bit more butter, we will. Don't worry. But I think that should be good enough. All right, now the rest of the recipe is pretty much downhill. You just mix this around, get that all started cooked a little bit, and get that butter really mixed in, get those ingredients to get to know each other, make love to each other. Actually, I didn't really be using a spatula. I should be using a spoon. There we go. It's beautiful already. All right. Getting that butter and that brown sugar mixed in. This is going to be your glaze, and this is the most crucial part of the recipe, and that's what we're trying to get cooked up here. Get a little caramelization. So this is like a caramelization glaze, kind of like a molasses almost. All right. Get that really mixed in there. Get these ingredients to bind together a little bit, That is Banana Foster. Well, this is the glaze that we're starting with, but yeah, we're about to add the bananas here in a few. And the glaze is brown sugar and butter. And then also, lastly, need half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Actually, we might wait on that until we add the bananas first, and then we'll add the brown sugar, and then we'll add the cinnamon. Like I said, all this is going to be listed in the description box below. So don't worry, from now on, I will make sure to list all my ingredients in my description box. I should have done it before, but I apologize, I haven't. It's just a lot of work putting all those words in there. I'm making Banana Foster. Now I think we got a little heat going on that. We got this starting to bubble a little bit. We got some good heat on that. We got a little good cook on that. How you doing, Bram? I hope I'm saying that right. Noise. All right, now we're gonna add our bananas. Shit. I don't know what that is. Yo, NMC, how you doing? Yes, it does. It has dark rum. Okay, maybe my pan isn't big enough for this. I guess it's okay if we do break them. Whoops. Now, the rest of the recipe is all downhill. What you're trying to do is just, get a good caramelization on this. So we're going to turn the heat up just a little bit. I sure did. The butter is already in there mixed in with the brown sugar. That's what our glaze is coming from. So yeah. Fix that camera a little better there. I think we're probably about time. We should probably pick up our heat a little bit so we get a little bit more heat on these. So yeah, the rest of the recipe is just waiting for these to get a little cook on them. on the bananas and just get a little good cook on our molasses flavor. Or no, brown sugar glaze mix. Like I said, this isn't going to take very long at all. That's okay. It's a pretty popular dessert. There we go. Now we get some little good heat going on that. Well, you don't have to watch if you don't like it. It's called Banana Foster. It's like a banana split on steroids. All right, now I think it's time that we add our cinnamon. There we go, beautiful. There we go, beautiful. Might have been a little bit more than half a teaspoon, so yeah. All right, I like how that's coming, girl on, great. Oh yeah, now we got some more moisture in that. Oh, yeah. Just gonna basically pour or ladle on the molasses or the brown sugar glaze mixture all over. That's how you want to do it. And yeah, as I'm cooking this, I'm just ladling on the brown sugar mixture. There we go, beautiful. All right. Now I think it's time to turn it down just a little bit. So what we're trying to get is get these bananas good and caramelized, get a good cook on them, soft, translucent, kind of like when you're caramelizing onions a little bit, a little similar concept. Not exactly, not quite though. Honestly, at this point, it's okay if they break. We don't want them mushy, you know what I mean? That way it's just no good. Making Banana Foster. So you're just gonna ladle the brown sugar mixture all over. Never heard of it? Look it up. The recipe is going to be in the description box below. All right. Get to turn it down a little bit. All right. All right. These are getting pretty soft. I think it's about time to add the dark rum. All right. And you're supposed to add a 1/4 cup of dark rum. There we go. All right, here we go in with the dark rum. And this is the signature part of the dish right here. Now here comes the main event. Now we're gonna light it on fire and we're gonna cook off our alcohol. All right, give me a moment. Beautiful. There we go. Look at that flame. Doesn't that look beautiful? There we go. All right. Oh, whoop. Look at that. We're just gonna let all our alcohol cook off there. There we go. Beautiful. It doesn't take very long. All right. I can definitely smell the alcohol in there. Oh yeah. So cool. There we go. So we're giving her a chance to let the alcohol cook off. All right, now I think it's time. I think they're about to be done. Like I said, this is a simply easy, stupid easy recipe. All right, I'm just gonna turn it down really low now. Now, we can get our ice cream. Right, so now, all right, we got our ice cream. Now we're about to add some of our bananas. All right. There we go. Oh yeah, beautiful. All right, and for this, I'm just gonna add just a little bit of a nutmeg on that, just to make the deal sweet. Turn that off. There we go. Just a little bit of nutmeg. There we go. All right, and we're gonna ladle some of the. Had that spoon. I don't know where my spoon went. Oh, it was just here. I'm just gonna ladle some of this on top. There we go. Oh yeah, doesn't that look beautiful? All right, taste test, banana Foster with some ice cream. Holy crap, that is amazing. Wow. I didn't think that would come out that great. Oh man, the bananas are just fire, and the ice cream really gives so much chemistry to the banana fused and flamed with liquor. That is the best dessert I've made so far. Oh my gosh. Gotta eat this kind of fast. Because man, the ice cream's melting a little bit. And just think, you go to a fancy restaurant, you order something like this, you'd probably pay $30 or $40 a plate. Well, you can make it in your own home for like $10 or less. Oh man, that was a heavenly, delicious dessert, man. 5 stars and beyond, man. So anyway, so here's my question for everybody. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not seeing that many people on tonight, actually, and this was a quick recipe, so I think I'll wait till my next video and talk about this, actually. So, yeah, other than that, you haven't made banana foster before, and you know you like banana splits or something like that, I definitely recommend this. This is even better. It's freaking amazing, actually. Oh man, that was awesome. 5 stars and beyond. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and don't forget to like and follow. Happy cooking, everyone. Bye.